Whether you're renovating, extending or simply decorating, one of the biggest challenges is to make the most of what you've already got.
Look, we've seen some amazing renovations over the years, but I think this house in Perth's inner suburbs, in terms of planning for a young family, is one of the best.
It all started with a 100-year-old workers' cottage and a desire to create a modern family home that honoured its humble beginnings.
Shall we take a close look?
Yeah.
Now, one of the great advantages this 1920s cottage has, it's got this side laneway, so it allowed these natives to be planted down the side. Now, you might have a side passage or a driveway where this would work as well. But what it does, it leads to something quite special. A brand new entry, not at the rear of the old cottage, but at the centre of a dynamic new design. Have a look at this modern timber box. Into this central entry, right between the old and the new, and it's great how they've left those old bricks, just celebrating the imperfection.
Yeah, and a very quirky use of the dark mirror where a window would have been.
And the old pressed metal, just a homage to those old materials. Now, in terms of the planning, having this central entry has many advantages. It means the old front door still can be used, but all that hallway and circulation space can now be used as living space.
So effectively, the old workers' cottage is now a wing for the children. It's got 3 bedrooms, a play area, and obviously a renovated bathroom.
So where the old lean-tos were, right here, it meant the new extension could be absolutely anything.
Nice.
Into the new family addition, which has been inspired by mid-century modernism, often celebrating timber and concrete. And here the timber used on both the external cladding and the internal lining is a very stable timber, Pacific teak.
What about this beautiful recycled ironbark for the kitchen bench?
It's a cracker. Now tell me, Joe, what do you think of the finish on this concrete?
Well, to be honest, if you're going to celebrate the back wall of the house with all its imperfections and the brickwork, why not do the same with the concrete? I mean, you can actually see where the formwork has just been ripped off and it's as is.
Something simple, something sensational. This 5.4 metre high void.
It certainly adds some drama to the design. And there are so many advantages to this space, Pete. I mean, look, every window you look at, there's just greenery, even through the slithers of glass up there. But if you had a low ceiling, Pete, the thing that you'd miss most are these incredible lights.
They're beautiful. They're Tom Dixon, the contemporary English designer. They just add a real touch of glamour to this space. The other key to modern design is having multifunctional furniture. And here, the limestone bench acts as a great seat. It conceals some storage underneath, but it links our eye back to the stair.
Yeah, stairs are funny. They're often a forgotten part in home design. And even the space underneath the stair, I mean, here, it's actually the pantry for the kitchen.
Yeah, so here, the open jarrah means that we celebrate the stair rather than conceal it.
Upstairs to the top of the new timber addition. Now, while the original home was all about the kids, up here it is all about mum and dad, a fantastic parents' retreat, master bedroom, ensuite, walk-in robe.
Including a home office with those high-set windows that frame out the neighbours, give us a view of the neighbouring trees, and simple practical materials. That's just form ply.
Yeah, cost-effective, Pete, but my favourite bit is... best scene from the lounge room. Now, the owners of this home have 3 energetic young boys, but they still want to put all of their treasures and knickknacks on display. The only way they can do it, though, is to keep them out of arm's reach of their kids. So what they've done here, on the other side of the desk, they've actually repeated the form ply and created this fantastic storage display unit.
And I can tell you, the view from up here internally is just as impressive as the surrounding trees outside. One of the most important things in terms of the overall success of this design is placing the new addition along the southern edge of the site, keeping the northern side open to the light.
Well, it's perfect for your garden. You also have a great entertaining space as well, Pete.
At this end, though, a real feature, this deciduous old oak tree acts like an umbrella, shading the building in summer, shedding its leaves in the winter, providing all sorts of warmth and light to the interiors.
Hey, speaking of trees, what about that magnificent gum? Now, the owner, who's also the architect of this design, he actually grew up in the house next door. He planted that tree, something that he can now appreciate from every room in the new addition.
A great personal memories, and he's gone to the trouble of matching the bark with the colour and texture of that concrete.
So the new addition definitely honours the history of the original workers' cottage.
And in terms of the overall architecture, it's all about focusing on these two beautiful trees, a very personal connection for the owner, the idea about coming home.